Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Chamberlain Podcast. My name is Dane and this is the official podcast of the Chamberlain Movember Challenge. The aim of this podcast is for us to have conversations with people that have a story to tell. Whether it be around one of Movember's core focuses of mental health, suicide prevention, testicular or prostate cancer, or just an inspiring story that will engage with the listener. This first episode is with my brothers Corey and Beau. We talk about how our Movember story began and how it has affected us. Hope you enjoy this chat with Corey and Beau.
Yeah, I'm Corey. This is Lounge Chats with Corey.
Lounge Chats with Corey.
This is Corey Lounge Chats. I'm going to introduce my younger brother here. He may be taller than me, but he is still ugly. This is...
Hi, I'm Beau. 29 years old. I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach, holding hands and cloudy nights.
Welcome to the first podcast, hopefully first of many. Now, the idea is for us just to have a chat. Disclaimer straight away, we are not trained professionals. It's just us having a chat about things that relate to our Movember campaign, things that we've been through. I guess talk about what we've done in the past.
Just so everyone knows how we feel and where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Just make people more aware of what we do. And for everyone that knows, we have no notes.
No. So this is all off the cuff.
This is not how I usually work.
Oh.
This is exactly how I work all the time. I'm in my element. This is the OG. Notes. This is how we first started. We winged everything and it was written on cardboard.
It really was.
I wasn't involved. Didn't get invited.
Yeah, actually,
there was a reason for that.
We may as well kick it off. Corey, do you want to run through how it all started?
Yeah, sure. Back in
Back in my old day.
2012 was
I was still fat.
Wow.
When it
A long
started.
time ago. 2012. Okay, I signed up to Movember to make some friends, to meet some people.
Because you had none.
Exactly. And then I came home to Mum's
Girls' Night In.
Girls' Night In. That's right. That's what it's called. And then Dane suggested that he should sign up too because he's done it in the past and he was very excited about growing a moustache.
Yeah. So I'd done it, but I'd never raised a cent. I'd probably done it, I'd say, for 2 or 3 years. I'd grown nasty moustaches, but I hadn't raised a single cent until that year. But we said that we'd, if we could raise a combined $5,000,
It was a combined 5, yeah.
that I would shave my head and donate it to charity, and you would get your chest waxed.
Yeah, which I got talked into doing.
I mean, I feel like I got out of it lightly.
Yeah, that was painful.
I also genuinely didn't think that we'd raise $5,000.
I thought we'd get nowhere near it. That's why I said it.
So it was
I
a
agreed.
bit of a shock. Like I think we got it like
9?
in the 3rd week.
Yeah.
So like we'd killed it, but like the amount of support that we got was
phenomenal.
I was overwhelmed. I had no idea. Like the pub, Ocean Beach Hotel, got on, and like there was a party.
They just ran with it, man.
It was nuts. There was buckets everywhere, and like I think in the end we raised like $6,500,
something like that.
So it was nuts. It was sort of, I guess, what kicked everything off.
Man, that was like the biggest high.
It was a really good feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it, but it was sort of the trigger for everything that's come since.
Yeah, definitely got the ball rolling, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, and all we'd done really was stupid videos, like horrible videos.
They were stupid. They were funny, man. We got compliments left, right, and centre how funny we were.
In the backyard.
Backyard, yeah, with minimal equipment.
Oh my God.
Well, there was one day, you did one at the pub.
It was borrowed equipment. It wasn't even our equipment.
It was borrowed equipment.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So everything we used was borrowed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thanks
it
to
was
whoever-
interesting.
Yeah.
I watch them now and I cringe for a second at how awkward it is, but I laugh as well.
But
I
I
still
thrive
think
in
they're
it
all awkward. This is probably very awkward for people to watch. Or listen
It's gonna be
to
awkward
as it's a
for us.
podcast.
Yeah.
You won't be watching us.
Well, you can. There'll be a YouTube video as well.
Some people will watch us.
But I thrive in awkward situations. So
You do? I don't know how.
I was loving life. It was great.
Because you're not really good at like life situations. But like when they become awkward, that's where you thrive.
Well, scripted situations is not my jam. I
Can't read.
I can read a little, just not well. My spelling is not very good. My handwriting's like a 4-year-old's. It's fine.
I never got a
through
pen
life.
license.
You've done it
if
right.
helps.
I don't have one either.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Year 2, Mrs. Heap didn't give me one.
She didn't deserve it.
All right.
Anyway, back to the story.
Back to the story. So after the first year, second year you came in, yeah?
Second year I was in, yeah.
All right, talk about that.
Well, I think I was just a bit jealous I didn't get invited year 1. So I really made that aware to everyone.
Yeah.
And then we always filmed on a Saturday morning, which was horrible because I either had cricket or I had cricket and we're all hungover.
Yeah.
And it took so long to do.
The videos improved though, I feel. The quality, they got shorter.
Yeah, okay.
Well, more to the point.
Yeah, the point got across a bit more.
And I in the edit, I'd cut out more bloopers, so it was more just content with a little bit of funny.
Yeah, a year of experience, really, didn't you?
Yeah. I'd learnt from year one.
Corey's awkwardness.
Well, I thrive in this situation. Yeah. So you just really cut me out. This is where I get cut out.
Yeah, it becomes more scripted.
And
Corey gets cut
I
out
just
more.
drifted away.
Corey just stands there, moves to Newcastle.
We did it in your little dungeon of a room. in your
Yeah,
old house.
the old house. It was interesting. It was very close quarters.
And we all stood so close to each other.
I don't think I made that.
Yeah, no.
See, the first one you did, but the second one we had you in through Skype on the
right.
on the
Yeah,
computer.
that's right.
So what was the goal for that year? I can't quite remember. Was it 10 grand?
I think it was just to raise money.
Yeah, I think it was 10 grand. We ended up getting like 17.
So for a fact, I know we've raised over $466,000 in 7 years. So this will be year 8.
Year 8.
Year 8? Yeah, year 8. So 460,000 we've done. So if we raise over $40,000 this year, we've cracked $500,000, which is way beyond what I ever thought we'd be able to do.
Way beyond.
I didn't ever expect to start any campaign or any sort of group that would raise money. Over the years, has there been anything from our campaign that sort of stood out to you, whether it be an event, a story that's come forward, or someone that's done above and beyond? I mean, Mark Kelly is obviously someone who's raised
Big
a
influence.
ton of
He has
cash.
gone above and beyond.
Yeah, so he'll
He'll
be on in a future episode. So
He
I
will
won't
take
go.
Corey's spot.
Yeah, I won't go too far into what
Or my
Mark's
spot.
story. But Mark has raised like tens of thousands of dollars. He's now an ambassador for Movember. So, other than Mark, is there anything that stood out for you during our campaign?
I'll let you go, Corey.
Thanks, mate. Besides bringing Mark Kelly onto the team,
Oh, he's claiming the glory.
yeah, I'll claim that. He actually approached me though, so it wasn't even the other way around. I'd have to also say that I met my wife on a Movember party.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, we hooked up on a Movember party.
Hooked up.
Yeah.
It's quality. Sounds really romantic.
Well, it was a charity event, so yeah.
What's her name?
Her name's Monique
Shout
Makenda.
So you were like, "Hey, what's up? I'm raising money."
Hey, my face is on a bucket. Want to make out?
Yeah.
No, we talked for quite some time that night.
I had no idea. I didn't realize that was a fact.
I just don't ask Nathan Salby. He thinks he'll claim it. He introduced us, but he didn't really.
It was Movember that brought you together.
It was Movember.
Wow,
It
and
was-
nearly 1 year married too. That's impressive.
That's
Movember can
right,
claim
yeah.
that.
Absolutely, and we met with me having a dirty mustache, so
It brings people together.
that's absolutely.
That's
It's
unreal.
a topic of discussion, straight up.
Yeah, Moose.
Like the people that just volunteer their time to make events on their own. Our trivia nights. Like last year, Matt Howley spent months making these questions, and they were far too hard to anyone in the room. But look, the effort went in there.
Yeah, definitely.
My team bought every question we could,
and still didn't
and we
win.
still didn't win, which is some sort of cheating in the background. Like I remember maybe year 1 or 2 when I was involved, we had David Bescos face a ball machine at 160 kilometres an hour.
That was impressive.
And the bloke had
but
never
not
played
smart.
cricket in his life.
That was hilarious.
But also, that's not about men's health, though.
That's
He's
risking.
risking his own health there.
It was to raise funds for.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're
What
coming from
was
there.
the deal? What did he have to do?
So it was $100 to get 6 balls,
Yeah,
and then $50 for a further 6 balls.
and he ended up
He ended up facing 30 balls. I
30
think.
balls. So
30
how
balls.
much
And
money
he
is
actually
that?
hit a few.
500, I think.
Wow.
I think he ended up getting 500.
Gosh,
He may have put money in himself to get there.
that's impressive.
He just wanted to face balls.
Yeah.
But he did actually hit a few as well. He did really well, I thought.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly. I think his now wife doesn't like a moustache.
Oh,
That's why he has to do little challenges. So Kayla, it's all your fault.
It's on you.
yeah. Challenges are good as long as he's a
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it.
So he is thinking he wants to do a chili challenge this year. I believe like eat a ghost chili, which I believe are the hottest. Can you confirm that?
They're definitely not the hottest, but they are very high up there.
I think.
The Ghost
Yeah.
Reapers. And you know what? I would have had something grown for him to eat, but Kimber, my dog, decided to eat them all.
Oh my word!
The entire plant gone. Anyway,
Wow.
I guess we'll have to find somewhere else to get them.
Yeah. Oh, Bescos is in.
Oh, he's gonna
I guess that's pretty much him signed up. So welcome back, Bescos.
Welcome aboard, David Bescos.
Yeah, really much just chucked you under the bus here.
Yeah.
Too bad if you weren't going to sign up.
I guess another positive that I've seen is our circle grow. Like we've gone from just Corey and I in the backyard, and then you, and then eventually Dad joining as well. But like we've had over 500 people join in the last 6-7 years, and the people that are helping, like we've had, like you said, events being run by people that aren't us, like people that aren't directly connected. Like we've had the Mo Sister movement, which came last year, the walk from Wingding to Shallarbor and back. Came the year before. We've had like Ash Delahanty organise a bowls day just to help out. We've had stalls at the Killeen markets, and like they approached us, like people that are not within our direct circle, coming forward and offering ideas or events or prizes, or like the Happy Fox offering to do a day of a promotion where for every bay roll they sell, we get a part of the proceeds that they make. Like we don't ask for that sort of stuff, and it's just crazy to think that they come forward on their back just to try and help us.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have even thought of that as an option either. Like I wouldn't have even gone down that pathway, and they've just come throwing it to us. Yeah, and which is obviously a great help,
a massive help, and like it's the relationships are building. Like we're on to year 8 now, and I've already been in contact with the Central. They want to book us for the trivia night because they didn't want us to miss out because they're filling up. So they're on board again. We've got other people talking new events that have come forward this year through other links of ours. I won't confirm yet just because we need to lock things in. I don't want to get everyone too excited.
I like how you threw that in
links, there. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of overwhelming for us to have so much support. Like I feel like we put our videos out and we talk, we get out there a little bit, but we could do so much more in regards to publicising what we do or trying to build those contacts and getting out there. But we haven't. I mean, we all work, we all have family life and sports and stuff like that. But the amount of people that have come forward to help is crazy. Like I'm super grateful. We couldn't have done what we have without all this support.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know there's people that make conversations by using those like 100%? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, 100%. You actually offer nothing to the conversation.
Absolutely. That is my jam.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
Bloody
agreed.
Bloody yeah.
Yeah, stick one.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
So, with that history, I want to ask you guys: has our Movember campaign changed the way you look at health?
Yeah, I think it certainly has. I will mention this a lot. I used to be really fat, and then if you look back to the original videos, it was Fat Beau. I got really fat, got fatter, lost a little bit of weight, got fat again, and now I'm quite happy where I am. But you really look at yourself in: are you unhappy with the way you look, and what makes you unhappy? And that's what helps me, I think, with my health, is if I can train and constantly feel good about myself, I'm in a good frame of mind to do everything else in my life.
So feeling good is priority rather than like looking good.
Yeah.
I feel like if you feel good as well, you can also offer help to other people a lot easier that way as well.
Like because you're in a more positive headspace.
You're spreading the positivity, and that works really well for everyone.
Definitely. I guess only recently I've started to sort of focus on my health because I'd probably gotten to the worst health of my life.
It's like, this is like 8 years in after doing Movember for 8 years.
Yeah, 100%. And now, so only recently, I know. It's like taken a little while.
Like everyone needs to realise this though. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah,
it
totally.
Takes everyone different amounts of time to do this sort of stuff.
Yeah, you get to a point where you're just like, oh, well, I've got to sort of pull my finger out and actually do something.
Exactly.
But, and I've only been actually exercising for like the past month, just over. Like seriously. Same as Beau, I went through that fluctuation of, I'll start running again or I'll start doing this, and then there's a reason not to, so it's easier just to sit in the lounge and watch Netflix. But I've just gotten to the point where I'm committing to exercising regularly, and like you said, mentally I feel so much better. Like I'm thinking of what can I do for Movember. Like all these ideas are coming through, and like I want to do more because I feel better. But like you said, it takes 8 years of a serious Movember campaign to actually get to a point where I'm like, shit, time to pull my finger out.
Something has to happen for it to all click, or you have to get to the bottom of the barrel before you realise like this is not the way you want to live your life.
Definitely,
because it sucks. Like you have no motivation to do anything, and then people around you don't bother with you because you're either always cranky or just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've got to realise that there is help. Like there is a way out of that hole.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to find.
It is.
Like
it is.
With me, all I started doing was walking. That's all I could do because I used to love running. Like I used to be able to run twice a day, 6Ks at a time. And now, like when I first started, a 6K run would kill me.
Yeah,
like,
you can't go back to
I'd be done.
You can't go to 0 to 100 real
That's
quick.
exactly right. So walking was how I kicked it off. But even then, not far in, I pulled like muscles in my hip. So like I sort of got to a point where mentally I wanted to do it, but physically my body was like, nah, can't do anything. So I had to sort of just rest.
Yeah, but then you get in that mind frame again, that slump.
That's exactly right. And I could have gone, bugger it, back on the lounge, not going to do anything.
Sort of thing, not to do it again.
But I refused. And I guess my trigger was Etta, like having a child. Like I want to be able to keep up with her. Shout out to the child. But yeah, I want to be able to keep up with her and be active with her. So like I need to start now, sort my shit out for when she's walking and running and carrying on. So yeah, I didn't want to waste more time on the lounge and just sitting there. So I had to do what I could. So stretches is all I could do. So I was just stretching every day, trying to get better. And finally now I'm at a point where I can actually run and do things. So, but yeah, it takes time and there are hurdles and it's tough, but it's in the long run, it's so worth it. Like,
yeah, just your mental ability there, it goes up a level.
Yeah, 100%. Like it sort of opens your head. Like I hadn't drunk for 2 months, and I can't tell you the last time I hadn't drunk for 2 months. But yeah, so it's I feel so good. I've felt so good the past 2 months not drinking, and I don't feel like I need a drink anymore. Like I'm at a point where I was, and I'm ashamed of this, but whenever I came from work, I felt like I'd earned a drink.
Oh, wow.
Like I'd worked, so I'm like, yep, time for a drink. Just a really bad habit. And it could just be a glass of wine, a beer, or a rum and Coke, whatever. But it was every night, and then one led to 4.
Yeah, that's the problem there. See, one is fine.
That's right.
But 4, 5...
No. And then every night, like, it's just so bad. Bad habits, and it just sort of, you get into this rut of just constantly doing it. And then I was just sort of like, stuff it, I'm stopping. None. And then like
turkey.
We've had events and stuff like that, like we've had birthdays or whatever, or just like gatherings and catch-ups, and I'm like, no, I'm okay, I don't need it. And now I'm at a point where I feel like I really don't need it. Like I don't.
You can still have fun. You can still enjoy everyone's company.
Yeah, and I'm dreading the next time that I actually get drunk. So I feel like I'm going to get smashed off 2 beers.
And the hangover is just horrible.
Yeah, I just had
8 weeks off the drink, and I went out just with the boys. It was a pretty big night, but the next day was horrific. It was like I was...
It's not worth it.
No, I just laid in bed all day.
You're stealing happiness from the day in front of you.
Stealing the next day's happiness.
The next day's happiness.
That's nice.
Stealing it, man.
It should be on a shirt.
It probably is already. I don't know.
Probably where he got it from.
There's a good chance I'm stealing that. But hey, anyway, the point is, it's true.
It's true. It's very true.
It is true.
So let's clarify, because there's another thing that I would ask you, Corey. So Corey, you for work, what do you do?
I'm a train driver.
Shift work?
Absolutely. Backline.
Yep, in Newcastle.
In Newcastle,
So
yes.
how long have you been out in Newcastle now?
7 years.
Wow. So since pretty much our first campaign.
Yeah, it was legit. I signed up to the one at work just to make some friends because I didn't know anybody.
Wow.
Got no mates. You've got no mates. Your mum hates you, and you've got no mates.
That could be our jingle for the podcast.
I've got heaps more.
Oh, good. This goes back to the health stuff. How does shift work affect your health? Because there'd be a ton of shift workers out there, obviously.
Oh man, shout out to all the shift workers because it is hard. It messes with you all the time, especially if you are night work. The night shifts will slowly and utterly kill you. There is no two ways about it. It will burn you out 100%.
So do you have to not exercise or not do certain
No, I have to exercise.
Oh, really?
So I have to force myself. Like if I've done a 10-hour night shift and it's 9 a.m. in the morning and I'm getting home, I have to go to that gym session.
Wow.
Because I have to punch that out. Otherwise, I'm like, you can ask my wife, man. She knows when I'm cranky. She sees it. The night shift blues are a real thing. I don't care what anyone says. It is a real thing. You definitely get depressed. You definitely feel low and horrible, and you don't want to do anything. I am lucky that I have a amazing human being as a wife that understands this and supports me in every way. So I've got a lot of blokes at work that they're all overweight because they just eat bad food. They eat rubbish just to get through the night work, pretty much, because it has something to do with the chemicals in your brain when you are not sleeping enough, and it just makes you want to crave carbs and fats, and it's just rubbish, to get you through the night.
Sleep is so important. Like, I don't think I could ever do like night shift or shift work because I need at least like 6 to 7 hours. Otherwise, I'm garbage.
Yeah, right.
Like it's nuts. And like when back in the day when we were doing big drinking sessions, my biggest issue was like if I was drinking till 2 a.m, I'm always up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest. I can't sleep in. The lack of sleep is what gets me. Like the hangovers I can deal with, but the lack of sleep ruins me. So I thought I don't know how you've done it for so long.
It's honestly it's taken a while to adjust. And luckily I talked to Dad about this a lot because obviously Dad being a shift worker for all those years, he pointed me in the right direction of coping mechanisms, and it was really helpful.
That's good.
My employment does put me through like a fatigue management sort of scheme, like nap when you can, that sort of stuff. And it works for some people, not everybody though. And there are also jobs where you can't sleep. Yeah. You don't get that opportunity to take a break and take a nap sort of thing.
Just got to push through. Yeah,
you just got to really try and push through, find what works for you and just deal. But like when you get home, like that's when the calm down is. Like you've just amped yourself up for a night shift. You come home and you are a massive calm down. It is a massive low. And you have to find a way of dealing with that, a healthy way of dealing with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there is quite easy just to go to the bottle and drink. Like it's a very predominant thing in my workforce where they just go to the bottle, they drink a bit, and then they go to sleep. But that's not healthy. No, and that shows. It absolutely shows.
Crazy. Do you want to talk about your challenge you've recently done?
Yeah, so I signed up to F45 during November probably mid-November last year. It was something I'd never done before and I never thought it'd be beneficial for me. I'd been going to the gym by myself or with some mates, just lifting weights, and I thought that was enough. And then I signed up to F45 and I just realised how much, because I thought I was always fairly fit, but how unfit I actually was. So they do 8-week challenges I think they do probably 5 or 6 of them a year. I've just recently finished one, so it's 8 weeks of just I cut out all carbs altogether. There was no drinking at all, just going back to eating very basically, proteins, your salads, your veg. I ended up losing 12.5 kilos in the 8 weeks, which is like I trained fairly hard, and then like the last probably 3 weeks I didn't have a job, so I could train 2 or 3 times a day, which is obviously not realistic for the working person. But I just feel so much better about myself, sleeping so much better, I have energy all day long. There's no downtime where I feel like I need a nap or something. My sleep pattern is the same every day. That's awesome. I'm not getting up early to go to work, so I'm still setting the alarm to get up to go to the gym. But I feel so much better about myself, and you can see with the people that do the challenge through that 8 weeks in the gym how much fitter and how better they just look and how happier they look.
Yeah, that's a big thing, how happy. Like, is there like a maintenance stage after this 8 weeks for you? Or
so there's a maintenance month.
Yeah,
so the next 4 weeks is maintenance where you slowly bring stuff back in,
right?
And then it's kind of like muscle building with the not so good food you're using.
Right, so they never tell you to. You don't overindulge again.
Yeah. So your stomach shrinks drastically over the 8 weeks, so you don't need as much food. Like I try to have 5 meals a day, but they're not huge meals. They're all like portion size. And then you got your maintenance, and then your maintenance just carries on for.
Right,
just becomes a lifestyle.
You've learned now.
That's right.
Those sorts of things.
Yeah,
cool.
And you actually won your.
Yeah, I won the Shell Harbour.
Yeah.
F45 challenge.
Whoop, whoop.
Which is very unexpected. I didn't really obviously do everything like you enter a competition to win, but I definitely didn't expect it.
It was more of a bonus at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
Challenge.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't win the whole thing, so that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, well, I guess.
No, I'm joking.
You're not the best. You're just one of the best.
I hate double bay F45.
Oh, I'll come with that.
That's
yeah.
You're throwing.
Yeah, I went there.
Throwing shade.
I'm not.
Didn't think this whole podcast was about throwing shade, but all right.
I'm not. If there was one person who's going to do it, it was going to be me, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Fair call. No doubt, no doubt.
So, have you actually shaved your moustache off? Have you been clean shaven since November?
Yes. Oh, wait, no. Actually, no, I haven't. Technically, no. I have just shaved it with the handheld thing.
I haven't. This out here is... So I've still got...
So
here,
it's
so
still original.
That is my Movember from last year. Moustache from Movember.
Now, are you going to clean shave? Are the rules still the same? Is it clean shaven still, or can you just keep the mo on?
Clean shave.
It's always clean shave. See, I've had these questions several times.
Well, I
Can
think
we
I'm going to
clean
go
shave?
rogue
Can we?
then.
Your Beau's
You
going rogue.
always go rogue.
No,
Beau's
not
going
quite
rogue.
though. I usually clean shave probably October 28th.
Yeah, so you
Give myself a couple of days. But I just don't grow a moustache as fast as you guys. So I think I'm just going to keep mine.
You've pretty much kept yours.
I've kept mine since October 28th.
Yes, but you've had a bit of a beard, but like
Yeah,
Every
it's
now
come
and
with the
then.
beard, but yeah, the moustache hasn't left.
Yeah.
It hasn't left.
Okay.
impressive.
How does Hannah feel about that? Good chat.
good chat. Good chat.
Let's move on.
All right, to finish off the podcast, I'm going to ask 3 questions. I'm going to ask these questions for every guest that comes on. First one, what's your favourite colour?
Blue.
Blue.
Royal blue if I have to be
Specific. I'd rather specific.
Yeah, royal blue.
Corey?
No, it is blue because I like the ocean, but I know the ocean isn't actually blue.
it's
It's just
cute.
a reflection of the sky, but whatever.
Second question, what advice would you give to 18-year-old Beau? or Corey?
There's 3 things.
Yes.
Stop drinking bourbon so much.
Mm-hmm.
Drive through isn't the way to go, and just be better.
Just be better
Yeah,
in general.
yeah.
Ooh,
I sucked around that time.
It is 2019. You need to just be better.
Just be better.
Corey?
So, what would I tell my younger self? First of all, I'd say, similar to Beau, stop drinking so much. Put that money aside to travel more, because recently I've been traveling a fair bit and I really enjoy it. I would have much preferred to do it when I was younger. So that's a hint for anyone else out there. Travel more. And just love life.
Ooh. Another T-shirt, Corey. You should start your own label. Love life. What was the other one?
Drinking away tomorrow's happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking, tomorrow's happiness. Hangovers are stealing.
Hangovers are stealing tomorrow's happiness.
Oh, man.
No.
Cool.
That doesn't work out. Because hangover is the payback of the happiness that you stole.
Oh, God.
So cryptic.
We are getting...
My
Getting
head.
deep. We are getting
here,
deep.
All right, last question.
We're going deep. Dane, what's your answers?
My favorite color is like aqua. You know, like when you used to get the connector pens, and aqua was one of the colors.
Agua is water in Spanish.
Not agua. Aqua, like the greeny blue, like
How do you spell that?
AQUA. Aqua.
Okay, cool.
It's a color.
All right, cool.
Fancy
I'll
color.
take your word for it.
My advice to younger me would also be very similar. The drink. It's fun at the time, but in the long run, it's nothing. Like, it's not good.
And it is just another party.
And
That's what it comes down to.
when I just around between 19 and say 23, I was like probably at my fittest. Don't stop. Keep being active.
Don't stop believing.
Be active. Exercise. Keep going. Because when I did stop, that's when things.
It just went downhill. It
Oh,
spiraled.
They start calling you big pa.
Yeah. Last question for you guys. What is your plan for this Movember? Obviously, you're going to sign up. Can we confirm?
I'm in some contract negotiations, but my manager can confirm I will be.
Okay, another year of Movember. Corey?
I'm still up in the air about it, to be honest with you.
You're in. You haven't got a choice.
So much for being a free country. I have no choice. This is bullshit.
No, with this. What are your plans? Like, have you got a target? Are you trying to maybe recruit 10 more people, or like, is there anything that you're going to try and do this year?
Honestly, I'm not even going to worry about the donations and raising the money. I'm going to be more focused on the mental health part of it.
I love that.
Improve my own, and hopefully to encourage the mental health of others.
That's awesome.
Around me. Last year, I didn't really focus so much on the donations part. I did try with the mental health stuff, but I went through a bit of a downward phase with a lot of night shifts. But that's where I'm going to go with that.
That's awesome. Moose?
Well, contrary to what Corey says, money is big in my life
It's because you broke.
because I'm unemployed. The $500,000 mark would be amazing. I mean, I think we'll absolutely shoot it in and go close to the $600,000 mark.
Throwing big numbers around.
There
That's
are
140,000.
yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
so much money.
Chicken feed.
We've never done that before. 116 is our
Bloke's
highest.
broke and he's talking about chicken feed money. It'll be 140,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
but I know a lot of rich people.
Oh.
Couple of new events. Hopefully we can get in the pipeline. I don't want to ruin the surprise yet. And just making people more aware of what we do and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
What the message we're trying to get across, and that's just it's there's a lot of people out there that can help you,
Definitely.
and you're not alone.
Just before we finish this up, I have one question for both of you guys. When was the last time you went and like did a whole mental health check for yourselves? Like when was the last time you did something?
I haven't done a mental health check properly. Like, I haven't gone and seen a GP and like had a
Right,
mental
but like,
health
what about like just doing something for yourself just to get your mental health in line?
Start of this year, I started like kind of journaling, I guess you'd call
cool.
it. So
Cool,
like
cool.
I was doing like daily. In the morning, I'd write like a list of what I wanted to do and my targets, my goals, and at the end of the day, I'd reflect on that. So that I guess that's probably the closest I'd say to assessing my mental health.
That's a great start. That's a great start. What about you, Beau?
I just turn to activities to go clear my head. If I ever have
walk a
bad
lot.
day, I will put the headphones in and listen to podcasts or listen to some music and just walk.
Yeah.
Or ride my bike before I broke it.
What sort of podcasts do you listen to?
Just things I'm interested in. Like a lot of it's cricket based.
Okay.
The Grey Cricketer, good podcast. We'll tag
Shout
you.
out.
Yeah, while there's a big sporting event on, there's usually podcasts that go around that sporting event. A lot of them are just taking the piss out of the sport, which is funny.
This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing.
What about you?
Myself, I like to read books now. Mainly self-help books, to be honest with you.
Dude, I've nearly finished my first book.
Oh, really?
I'm 34 years old and I've never read a book front to back.
Yeah,
I've
right.
nearly finished my first book because the challenge I'm doing at the moment involves reading at least 10 pages.
What book is it?
It's actually the Jonathan Thurston book, so it's footy related. It's not
Okay,
like
cool.
a crazy deep
But
book.
he's alright. He's a decent human being.
And I'm interested in like rugby league, so it's a perfect book to start with. But
Something
I'm like, it has triggered me to go, all right, I need to put some more time into reading.
Okay.
And I do like, so I've got a lot of audio books I listen to and stuff like that. I know it's not quite the same, but I put them on when I either go for a walk or a run or do cleaning the house. Like I'm a fan of, and a lot of it is self-help or personal development stuff. So
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you're doing two things at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to get involved in more reading because it's been way more positive than I thought it was going to be. Just investing some time. It's kind of like you're investing time into yourself.
100%.
And
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
sort
I agree with that.
It's good.
100%, absolutely.
No doubt,
Perfect.
We should do a counter. Ding.
How many 100%s to get said in this podcast?
Yeah, 100%.
You're offering nothing.
So I guess for me in this year's campaign, like you said, I want to open up the conversation. I mean, raising the money is important because that goes further into helping Movember do more in regards to men's health. But I want to increase our circle, so our circle of our network of Mo Bros and Mo Sisters. And I want to start the conversations. Movember's really big on having the conversations with your mates and your brothers and your loved ones about your health and their health. So hopefully, and through this podcast, we can start the conversations and get people talking and make people more comfortable with checking in with themselves, like you were addressing before, and reaching out to mates that may be in the shit, may not be having the best time, or maybe going through some hard stuff, and making them feel better, trying to find the positive, even if it's just a chat, just to check and see how you're doing. Like I want to encourage people to start the conversation. And hopefully it'll happen through this podcast. So thank you, Beau and Corey, for joining me today for the first episode of our podcast. I appreciate it, especially Corey coming from Newcastle.
Whoop, whoop. No worries. It was a pleasure being here. And I feel like we got some quality information out.
Yeah, Beau, is there anything you want to add? No, you want to put your Twitter handle out there so you can get some followers?
I don't have Twitter.
Instagram?
At Beau Chamberlain.
MySpace.
You'll see some. It's pretty much all only used for Movember
Yeah.
and potential job offers.
Cool. So if you want to follow along, you can find us on Facebook at the Chamberlain Movember Challenge. We're also on Instagram. I think we're the Chamberlain Movember Challenge on Instagram as well, surely. We plan on having more podcasts with more guests, so subscribe That sounds pretty cool.
The link below.
They can't even. That's like YouTube. This will be on YouTube too. There's gonna be a video.
God, 100%.
100%, absolutely. All right, I think we're done.
Peace.
Out.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and share it with your friends. We'll be uploading weekly podcasts with a range of different guests. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Chamberlain Movember Challenge.